Sorry, we don't have too much time though. We
I
have
just wanted to let Marcus know
45
that
minutes
the
to the
reason why I'm
podcast.
at such a weird angle compared to last time is because my laptop just decided to die today. And even though I know there's always something happening, I'm sorry,
There's
Marcus,
always a
I don't know
story.
what.
There's always a story. No, man,
But even though like with my laptop dying, I still wanted to be on this podcast and I downloaded Riverside on my phone. My phone suddenly crashed and
hey,
then I had to restart it right now, and that's why. So everything's just all over the
I
place
love
for
your
me.
dedication and your diligence. And
Thank you.
you say it's a weird angle. It's only weird if we make it. Hey,
That's
Wow.
true. That's true. Thank you
Dedication,
for being
diligence.
understanding, Marcus.
Let's do it. Alrighty. Alright, Said, you can roll me in now since I'm gonna do the
Yes,
intro.
Ali, you are going to be doing the intro today, so let's see what you got, bro.
Marcus Aurelius Higgs is a communication coach at Certain Future, dedicated to helping parents of preteens foster meaningful relationships with their children during the pivotal identity breaking years. He collaborates with parents who recognize the value of tackling challenges and want to be actively present in their children's lives. Through their guidance, parents learn to bridge the gap and connect with their sons and daughters before it's too late, ensuring lasting positive relationships. Welcome on the show.
Ali, Saeed, and Paco. It's good to be here.
Hey, what's up,
It's good to
man?
be here.
Thanks for coming on. All right, we were gonna go right into it. I mean, author of Words of Well-Being, man,
Hey.
you've thought about everything.
Hold on.
Look at this guy,
Is that a
Marcus
real book
Aurelius.
or is that just the cover?
What have I told you? Nothing is real.
It's just a picture. AI generated. That's awesome.
AI generated book. Let's see here. Make the most of today. Let's do it.
Let's
Stay
make the
with
most
it.
of today.
Because there's still more in your hero's journey to see. Wow. Each day's a lifetime. Let's get into it, Marcus Aurelius. Thanks.
It sounds different in my voice, but yes, I appreciate that. Much love. Yeah, go. I'll follow your lead, Ali.
Okay, now can you give us one of your poems, something to get us started? What is one that can get us perfectly started for this podcast? Not good.
All right. Something to get us started. It's very short, very short. It's called You the Present. Everything you bring, let it be as a gift, lifting the spirits of those willing to receive. Leave them with an appreciation of your existence. Let your presence be a present, wrapped in the context of this space and time, your essence tied off with a bow. And when you open up, know you are a gift with value to add, regardless if they receive you or not. That's it.
All right. Nice, man.
You are a gift with value to add, regardless if they receive you or not. Even if you're on a phone, even if you have bubble guts, even if, regardless, you show up because you add value to the presence.
It feels like a very reassuring poem when you read it. You know, it's like has that positive energy that you're trying to share.
That's what it is. I'm trying to bring your awareness to the awesomeness that is you, Saeed. You specifically, Saeed. The reason is, and for those listening who don't know, we tried to come on before and Saeed had a long story. We come on again and Saeed has another long story. And in every instance, I accepted him fully as he is and made space for him to express himself.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm the third wheel, so
What's up,
I'm out
Paco?
of this one.
Paco, your presence is appreciated as well.
I appreciate you.
I can't
Appreciate
speak for
it.
them. I'm speaking for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. Earlier on today, me and Said were having a debate.
All right.
What was it about, Said? See, he was saying that kids should be on social media, and I was like,
Okay.
"Come on, man! You shouldn't be on social media until you're 16 years old." How about that?
Yeah,
And so he
my
wouldn't
point.
listen.
It's not I wouldn't listen. I had a different perspective, man. No need to attack me. I have my opinion, and my opinion is it doesn't matter the age. It's what matters is the discipline and the restriction that's placed upon them throughout those years. Because obviously, when they're young, they can use it, but if you teach them like discipline around it, like you have a certain amount of time or a certain amount of access to it, should be fine. Because it can be an educational platform. That's why I also say there should be restrictions on what you can and cannot see. Hence, parental restrictions. There is such a thing, which can be used.
Okay, right, Said. Okay, you're being very interesting right now, but let me tell you this: you,
Sounded
you
so
saw that,
sarcastic.
dude. You saw that story that happened in the Amazon rainforest, where they just gave the people in the Amazon rainforest internet for the first time. What happened
Yeah.
to them? They were all addicted to, the P word, and then also, gambling and addicted to social media. You know what I mean? And so they just gave this tiny tribe in the Amazon rainforest internet for the first time in their lives, and it ruined their entire society.
Okay,
Now,
I'm sorry, Ali, but that's an extreme case, man. Like, like you don't just go to people who barely have any access to like the type of civilization that we're living in, and just give them like one of your best tool, and just say it's like, yeah, here, figure it out. It's kind of a ridiculous example.
so you have to
I,
grow
I,
up
I,
using it. That's the only way to do it.
it's like it's with time, like when you find someone who's completely dehydrated, who's been living in the desert for I don't know how long, you don't just directly tell them chug a liter of water. You have to give it slowly to them. It's like you don't just give it full on. You have to go slowly. You know. I mean, Marcus, what do you think? I'm taking too much. I'm taking too much of the time. We don't want to have that much time, and you're the guest. Like, I feel like I'm being interrogated by Ali now.
You made the metaphor with water, but I mean, is the internet water? So that's one question worth asking. The next question is, you're right. To what purpose? Like, what is it being used for? We are the stories we tell ourselves, and we could also, instead of just anecdotal information, we could look at the statistics. In the book, The Anxious Generation, we saw there was an uptick inside mental health disorders in 2012, and this was a generation that grew up on social media. Now I hear you, Saeed, saying that we should have restrictions on it. Hey, look at this!
Yeah,
you
right,
have
yeah.
all the books. Do you live in Amazon?
He does. He does. Yes.
Look at this. So, to your point, these are formative years where they're looking for stuff, and they're very highly stimulated.
Mm.
I hear you saying let's put restrictions on the internet when they search it. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I would say they stay off of social media until they're 16, right? I would say that.
Mm.
I would even go on further to say, what more empowering stories can we implant in there, or like can we develop in there
Yeah.
before social media puts all its stuff in there?
Okay, so this is an important thing to differentiate between. So you said social media, and Ali was asking me about the internet. These are two different, I think, points that we
You're
should
right.
address. Yeah,
Sure.
social media. To be honest, I would agree with you. Like, you shouldn't be involved in social media until, past your developmental phase. That's a good point. But for the internet, I mean, that's like our primary tool nowadays for education. and if used in the correct form, it shouldn't have this adverse effect on us, you know?
Yay. When books came out, people said they were of the devil because people were
Yeah.
wasting so much time spending reading books. And then when
Mm-hmm.
TV came out, and then when radio came out, and the same thing. So then what's the principle here? I have an idea, but let me ask you. What would be the underlying first principle here? Do you have first principles? Do you have Elon Musk book behind you, Lali?
I don't have it on me.
Anyway.
It's in the library.
You do have meditations behind you, which I think is awesome as well. You
Yes,
prepared
incredible.
for the moment. My copy's in my bag right over there. But let's look at the first principles of. Let's look at the first. It is. It's literally over there. I always keep meditations on me. I always keep a copy.
Marcus Aurelius, the man, the wise emperor.
And
if
it's
only we
dog
had, if only we had more wise emperors nowadays. You know what I mean? If only our leaders were so bright and philosophical as you are, Marcus Aurelius Higgs. I wish.
Hey,
How much beautiful the world would be.
no, man. We need diversity. Or rather, we need everybody expressing from an authentic place of themselves. But let me come back to this question that I asked
Saeed.
Ali and actually
Yes.
everybody, Saeed, everybody. What
Yeah.
would be the first principle of entertainment that you think? Because they said books were of the devil. They said the radio. They said TV. Like we've heard all this before.
Mm.
So what do you think really the conversation should be?
All right, Faka, this is on you, dude.
Bro, the internet's so bad
He just
here.
threw it.
No offense
No
to Marcus.
accountability
I did
whatsoever.
not- Like the internet is trash, so I just stay quiet. It's not because I'm not.
You're all good. No offense to me.
The
Go on,
internet
finish that,
is
sir.
trash. No, just the internet is trash, so my bad. I can apologize to everyone, but I'm like
You're
the
good,
question.
you're good,
I
man. You're
didn't
good.
hear
Apologies
what
accepted.
you said.
Okay.
All right. You want
Oh,
to
yeah,
try it,
yeah.
Ali?
Yes, I will try it, and I'll say it one more time out loud. So, how do you entertain yourselves? How do you entertain yourselves when you're bored? What's the use for entertainment? Great question. I struggle with this too, because is entertainment just something nonsensical to pass the time, like video games? Or is entertainment supposed to be something, that adds to your character, like podcasting, or listening to podcasts, or watching documentaries? That's entertaining, but that's enriching my life more than playing Mario Kart. So, I don't know. Is playing the piano?
You want to go, Saeed?
Yeah.
Go for
So,
it.
going on the point of when Marcus, you mentioned that diversity is important. I agree with that, and I think that applies to our current topic that we're talking about with entertainment. I think it goes down to the user themselves, because in the end, whatever the interest of the user, they tend to find, you know. So, like for example, when Ali said that video games is mainly to pass the time, I disagree with that, because there are video games that actually teach you different cognitive skills, like decision makings and being strategic minded and quick with your movement, like with your focus. So, but then there's other video games where you're just like mindlessly tapping and just like whatever. And that goes down to the user themselves. So when it comes down to entertainment,
All right.
I really think just drops to what the user wants. So they themselves play, I guess they choose what the principle is for them.
I disagree. I disagree
Okay.
strongly because I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
A new player has entered the chat. Go for it.
Alright, so I disagree with Saeed because no matter what, when you play a person plays video games, he has the same outcome. With social media, it's the same thing. That's why social media is bad, because it doesn't teach you to be an evolved person. Video games don't do that. They don't want you to be an evolved person because in video games give you the same outcome. Well, if you have the same outcome, just like everything else in life now, it's very boring. It becomes very boring. That's why you get bored with certain games. That's why you have to move up, blah 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 blah. And that's the same thing with chess. If you look at
All right.
chess, and continue.
Go.
Oh,
What about chess? Yes, that interesting take.
chess has you literally have the same feel. It's how you move your card that will make you a winner. But in reality, it doesn't matter. But it's only your keys to win. But in reality, no one does the same thing. Nobody in the world does the same strategy, same what's it called? Same fields, whatever. Like the same players. Nobody has the same players. It's always different. It's always who's stronger, who's this, who's that. It's not who's smarter. It's never who's smarter. It's who can last longer.
So let me
Yeah.
connect all 3 points, right?
Okay.
Entertain has the word tain in it. Tain means to hold. That's where we get retain or detain, maintain. Entertainment, you're actually giving it your attention. Now, you can choose to be entertained. Your time and your attention is the most valuable thing. When it starts to become harmful is when we start to realize we're disconnecting from other people and we're not even connecting to ourselves or others. Other people matter, right? Because that's where we get oxytocin. Oxytocin can only come from eye-to-eye contact, in person, or the human touch. It's when we entertain ourselves and we're pulling our attention out of ourselves, so we're not even getting to know ourselves. There are times when we need to go inside and search ourselves to connect there. But if we stay in entertainment, locked and focused there, we don't get to know what it means to be human. So you could play The Last of Us, and you can have all those, a video game, yeah? But when we come out, let's talk about what it means for Joel and to look out after this young girl, for family. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about, again, what it means to be human. Let's watch Inside Out. There's nothing wrong, again, with entertainment. But let's look at what's right. Let's proactively look at how we can connect with other people. Let's see other points of views. Let's see other perspectives so that we can learn what it means to be human. That's why we're on a podcast, right? That's just my thoughts. I could be wrong.
Marcus Aurelius being the facilitator between us 3 amigos.
Yeah, no, I hear what
It's
you're
just a
saying.
perspective. It's something worth thinking. I'm always thinking about well-being, and these are based on principles, eh? I'm not just pulling this out of my hat, but whenever if you ever find yourself always going to seclusion to do something, and that's something with the anxious generation. It's also a sign of alcoholism. Like now I say I don't drink alcohol, even socially, but if you find yourself having to drink alcohol in private, that's signs of an alcoholic. Now, I'm not here to say drink alcohol, don't drink alcohol, whatever, but I am here to say connect with people and be fully present with them. Connect with yourself and be fully present with yourself. If you choose to do it with alcohol or not, I mean, that's your choice. There's no judgment there. But whatever you do,
Wow.
other people matter. Other people matter.
I agree. I totally agree with you on that one. Now let's talk about social media.
I'll be drunk alone.
All right. Because social media has given me a lot of the best things of my life. This podcast, the connection with my friends, being able to learn. I've learned so much through YouTube.
Yeah.
But then the negatives are, let's get started.
Porno.
Bro, it's like I feel uncomfortably close with a lot of people that I haven't seen since high school. Can we all agree on that? Can I get an
Uncomfortably
amen?
close with like they know too much about your life?
And I know too much about their life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to know what freaking, Ron Yachtet is having for breakfast, And the last time I spoke to her was like 11 years ago. You know what I mean? I really don't need to know.
Name dropped out of
Bro, you
But
don't
it's
do
true,
that.
and it's like,
Oh.
and that is taking that is taking my attention. It's taking my time, which is so valuable to me, and I feel like because I understand how it's like reconnecting my brain, so I get addicted to it, so I keep checking my phone for the notification. It's like I see how dangerous it is, and I try to distance myself from it, but also it's such a weird balance for me because I I've gotten so much beautiful things out of social media, but it's such a time sink. It reprograms my brain, and it makes me think about like things that I should not be thinking about too. It's like, why am I so obsessed with, I don't know,
How
Elon
bad
Musk
Drake's
doing
getting
some
beat up?
kind of dance, or yes, or the hawk to a girl, or just some random memes, just like memes. Why is that taking a piece of my brain? Why is that taking a piece of my subconscious? Why am I falling asleep thinking about, I don't know, some random comedian or like Lady Gaga or something like that? It's like, why? Why do I care about Justin Bieber? I never thought about him, but just because he's involved in some drama on TikTok, now it's part of my subconscious too. And I don't want the algorithm to program my brain. I don't know.
Well, you know what? The first step is awareness, and you are aware of it. So for me, that's a plus.
Thank you.
The second thing, so the question that the philosophers have been asking since then is how to live a good life.
Yep.
And in your lived experience, from your own words and admission, you feel that social media is not helping you live that good life. I can tell you this: it's not your fault. It is your responsibility. Like the people who even made this product, let's call it, they don't allow their children to use it. But there's a room of people who are paid a lot of money to help hijack your attention. So we know that for sure. You can curate the content of your consciousness. That is what you put in front of your screens. I can choose to come on this podcast or not. Like we always have the choice. Remember that. You have the choice of three. There are only three choices you have, and this comes from Stoicism. Epictetus said inside the Enchiridion, in Sheridan, however you want to say it, the first chapter 2, he said, what do you control and what do you not control? I extend that to say there are only three things you control: where you put your attention, your perception of it, the meaning or the story that you create, beliefs, and then the third, the action that you take. When you know that you have those three controls, there's nothing that can enter or exit here but by my permission. And even when something enters here that I do not choose, or like something blindsides me, I get to choose the meaning and I get to choose how I respond to it. Now, that said, it's a practice. I'm not saying it's easy, but you're absolutely right. Like, how do we teach this to kids at a younger age? And how do we also teach them to see the awesomeness inside themselves so that they can deal with all the other stressors of life? That's the work I do.
Wow. Paco, any thoughts about this in terms of social media and such? Because I know your algorithm. I've seen your algorithm. And I'm
talking to me or Paco? Paco?
I'm talking to Paco.
I mean, if you
Let's
see
see
my
if we can,
shit, bro, I
respond to
look
us
at
now.
pussy all the time. No offense. Like, bro, I want to, like, I'm that kind of guy now. The internet.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. See, that's the thing with social media too. It's like what rises to the top. As Paco mentioned, cats, right? Cat videos.
That's a realness of a generation. You know what? Check this out, Ali. Check this out, right? How I said awareness is the first step. What gets mentioned gets managed. So like you can't manage something unless you talk about it. Now there's somebody watching the podcast who's like, that's TMI for them. But I mean, if Paco wants to talk about it, let's talk about it. Go on.
Go on, Paco.
About what?
Oh god,
bro, the internet. The internet is trash.
Saeed said, please don't. It's y'all show. It's y'all show.
No, the internet is trash. So, yo, long story short, But I believe in beating the shit out of your kid, bro. Not beating the shit out of the kid, but give him a nice spanking. You know, the male, not the female.
You
But
believe
if you
what?
got a son, yeah. Long story short,
I think he said be
yeah.
the sheriff of your kid.
No,
Did you say
see,
be the sheriff or beat the S out of your kids?
No, the internet.
Honestly, I'm not trying to make a joke. Like, I didn't hear the difference.
I know. No,
To be honest with him, it could be either or both at the same time.
The
I don't know.
internet is trash.
It's so hard.
The internet is trash. Anyway, long story short, bro, fuck social media. Bro, go work, and if your son or daughter comes home, shaking her booty and shit, give her the.
But Paco, what were you saying initially? You were saying be the sheriff of your kid.
No,
I
beat the
wanna
shit out
clarify
of your
that.
kid. Like in the
Oh,
shit,
okay.
as in beat the shit. Give him that whooping, bro.
Okay.
No,
This has
I
gone a
mean,
bit,
don't
Paco,
literally
Paco,
do it.
this is just curiosity.
No, show him the place.
Oh,
Show
God.
him that kid.
This is just out of curiosity.
you
Are
were
you
the
Latino?
Your mom is. No, hell no.
No, he's.
Hell.
Are you Arab or Hispanic? Like, for real? I'm just asking. This is just curious.
I'm Arab.
You're Arab also? Named Paco?
Yeah. No, see, my friends call me
Okay,
Paco. Long story short, I'm
You know what's funny?
Paco. Yeah. Long story short,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
Paco.
The funniest thing, the most common family name in the world is Lee, and the most common first
Yeah.
name is Muhammad, but you never find a
Yeah.
Muhammad Lee.
That's a good one.
I mean, my name's Muhammad.
I've never heard of that before. Paco is
Yeah.
Muhammad. That's why we call him
Muhammad?
Paco. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
have too
but
many
there's
Muhammads.
like so many Muhammad in the morning.
Everybody's
so I
Muhammad.
like to call it. Yeah. So yeah, bro.
All right.
You know,
Oh wow,
It's
time is
all
flying,
dope,
man.
That's,
Yes.
social media is all
Okay.
dopamine.
Dopamine. What about
Well,
dopamine?
hold on. So check this out, right? So have you ever heard
Alright.
of DOSE? DOSE?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
DOSE is
Dose,
dopamine,
doses.
oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our body naturally creates those.
yes.
Okay.
We have to go through certain things. Let's see. Oxytocin is the relationship one. Serotonin happens or endorphins happen when we're going through struggle. Dopamine is when we're going towards a goal. Serotonin is actually when we're calm and relaxed. Oftentimes it's through exercising or doing effortful things that our body naturally produces these chemicals. We often chase them, and that's when we actually short circuit our body of how it naturally was supposed to dose itself. When we do effortful things and we do them in community, that's how we actually, hey, watch the balloons now. That's how we get our natural doses. And I just gave you a really quick lesson on positive psychology, which is actually the science of how do you live a good life. But yeah.
Wow.
I
Now,
mean, I would agree.
in terms of
but-
social media, let's. Do you agree, Paco?
So is it? So is
No,
the
I
type
would
of life
agree.
that you were just mentioning is basically a balance of those?
I mean, the life that I mentioned, I mean, I didn't say what life was, but it would be.
No, yeah.
but I mean, if you want to say what a good life is, it's community, friends, family, and fellowship towards a future worth pursuing. That's your work, right? Community heading towards a brighter future. And oftentimes we're distracted by four things. We're distracted by status. We're distracted by resources. We're distracted by, power, controlling other people, or we're distracted by pleasure. There's nothing wrong with these four things. These are actually motivators, but this is not the end all and be all. This is not what life is about. When you think that this is what life is about, that's when you get caught up in things. And there's no judgment towards people who hold that as important, because everybody's on a journey, right? But what we're actually looking for is beyond that. And it's what the Delphi said when we go back to philosophy. Know thyself and you'll understand the secrets of gods and men. I know myself, and in a woo-woo sense, I know that you are me. experiencing life from a different perspective, which is why I make space for you to express yourself, because I know myself more when you express yourself fully.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Aurelius.
Wow.
Hey,
That was very quick.
that was
why,
a great answer, to be honest. Yeah, especially with
why,
like. Sorry, Ali. Go ahead. Yes.
you cut off my train of thought. But yes.
I apologize, Ali. I promise I will try harder to not.
In the cynical world we live in, if you ask most kids nowadays, they're like, I'm not going to succeed. I'm probably just going to, I don't know, do nothing for the rest of my life, not go to college, not, try, I don't know, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm going to try playing video games, get famous for playing video games. And I feel like that's a big common thing amongst the younger generation. A lot of nihilism towards the future.
Yeah.
So if you try to tell them this kind of message of, okay, positive psychology, it's not going to maybe always resonate with them, right?
It's not going to resonate.
You get what I'm trying to say? It's because their worldview is nothing matters. Here, yesterday I was playing The Sims. You know The Sims, right? The world where you're controlling all these characters. And I had such a freak out because I was like, what if I am a Sim? What if someone's out there controlling me, making me do this podcast right now?
Yeah.
I'm a video game character.
Sure.
And that got me thinking, does anything I do really matter if I'm just going to be this character in a video game right now? Yeah. And with technology, it seems likely that we are in a video game.
And if we are, if we're not, right? There's just well-being, our subjective understanding of how to be means to experience, process, and express. Everything that everything that is does those three things. Well-being means if you can do it well, if you can receive the world well, process well, and have the world go out. Even if this was a simulation, you have a subjective understanding of your well-being. When I say subjective, it means your personal understanding of your well-being is yours. To the nihilists, I say, I agree with you, but I don't say it like that. They say nothing has meaning, or rather life is meaningless. I say life is without meaning, and it's waiting for you as a creator to say, what does this mean? I'm taking you from the victim point of saying something's happening to me to actually giving you the power of a creator to say, what do you want to create? Now, I also know from past history, you're going to create something awesome, but if you only create for you, if you only create with you in mind, you're not going to feel as fulfilled. People who feel fulfilled are interdependent. Yeah, I can stand on my own. Yet I stand with you because we're stronger together and we're in alignment. Now, there are going to be some people who you're not in alignment with, and that's okay. That's one of the problems we have in our generation. It's when we say, oh, there's this person who's not in alignment with me, I'm going to bring them down. Rumi said, if we avoid everything that rubs us the wrong way, however will we be polished? I hold you in your dignity, even if we don't have the same values. Yeah. I want the well-being for you, and I know there's nothing you can do that can actually destroy my well-being. And maybe that's just my belief, but that's my belief from the inside, and that's how I act. And I hold that space for others. Yeah.
Wow.
I get really intense. No, it is what I believe.
Yeah.
Guys,
and you know what?
Comments on it? We're running out of time. So go ahead, Marcus. Really, please.
No. I was just gonna say it's always BYOB in that I invite you into the conversation of challenge my ideas or question them because it gives me a new perspective, a new way of looking at it. The only reason I believe this so strongly is because I've sat with this a long time, and I've sat with others having this conversation. in Saudi, in Thailand, in America, in the Bahamas, wherever I go. Like these are the conversations I do have.
All right,
Okay.
Saeed.
Yeah, there was you were talking about interdependent individuals, and to be honest, in my head, I always sought out as trying to be one, or and also being in a relationship that where we both are interdependent individuals. But what exactly makes an interdependent individual, and is that better than being in a dependent relationship or a codependent relationship? Um, that's that's my
Yeah,
question to you.
yeah. Beautiful question. Everybody has needs, and this comes from nonviolent communication. You can put that in your
Mm,
pocket, but I'll explain it like this: everybody has needs, right, Saeed? One, to recognize your needs, and then two, to ask if your needs can be met. The difference between a needy person and a person with needs is a needy person thinks that they cannot fulfill their needs or they need somebody else to fulfill it. If you told me no, if I asked you, if I asked you for a request, hey, can you give me this because I need it, I need your attention, and you said no, I'm responsible for meeting my own needs. I'll ask somebody else or I'll go do something else. Like I can be independent of you.
mm, okay.
Now that said, like when you say no, that doesn't mean anything about my dignity. That doesn't mean I'm less than. It's just like Saeed can't meet my need at the moment, and that's okay. I'm not going to be mad at you later on and be like, no, I can't do this for you because you said no to me. You're going to ask me of something, and I'll be like, yes or no. And that's what interdependence means. It means I can stand by myself, and I choose to stand with you
Mm-hmm.
because you can stand
Yeah.
by yourself, and you choose to stand with me when I need you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're stronger together.
We're stronger together. Wow. Now let's do
Okay.
it. What did we learn today, guys? Paco, Saeed, let's
Mr.
stand
Rogers'
together.
neighborhood.
Oh damn! I remember that.
Well, we.
Internet's trash.
Yeah, man, Mr. Rogers
Well, we
was
had.
dope. I love Mr. Rogers. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show
No, I
was
was just
long
gonna
gone.
say like,
PBS. You don't know PBS?
Paco, would you like to?
No, public broadcasting station. Oh my god, that's like something we were raised
Yes,
on.
sir.
PBS was like Mr. Rogers and Caillou and all those kind of shows. We didn't have cable television until later on.
Okay. Yes.
Paco, the
Ali,
lesson.
would you like to wrap it up, Ali?
We learned a lot today, didn't we? About respecting yourself, respecting others, working with other people, being aware of social media and its effects, using it as a tool but not letting it use you, controlling our motivations in life. What are we looking for? Is it community or is it power? You have to make the right choices. And I think it's been a beautiful episode. We've learned a lot. It's went by quick. Time flies. I've learned a lot. It's brought a lot of joy to my life. And until the next one, Marcus Aurelius Higgs, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Any words of well-being you would like to share, and where can people find you?
You know what? You're a real one, Ali. You bought the book, man. That's dope. The funny thing is, like, I don't even promote the book like that because I wrote it for me. But thank you, Ali, for. I hope you may find yourself inside those words. Honestly, that's what Marcus Aurelius' original meditations was all about. I'm a communication coach for parents of preteens so that you might teach them these principles before the stresses of life come. Find me at marcushiggs.com. I have some workshops there that will help build the identity of your child before it gets tested. It will get tested because that's what life is about. How do you equip them? A mentor or a parent says, hey, take these tools. It will help you along the way. That's what I'm here to do. Boom.
That's a great message, Marcus.
That's a great
Thank you so much
message.
for being on the show. Ali,
Nice to meet you,
wanna,
Paco. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
we're signing out. Another
you
day.
want to do the sign
Subscribe.
off, Ali?
Yeah, signing out. Salute to cover the com, and here's how we
Bro, the
go.
internet's
Bye.
trash here.
Peace.